In principle, it will depend on the contract that you have. So there is what is written in your contract versus what the law says.
Welcome back, everybody, to our channel. This is Tammo from Find a Job in Germany, and today I'm talking with my colleague Jörg about job security in Germany. How are you, Jörg?
Very good. Thank you. How are you, Tomo?
I'm very good. We get this question a lot, Jörg. Why is job security in tech and IT positions in Germany especially high?
It's comparably high, people, because Germany has a long history of unions. And when you're here, you're actually going to maybe suffer from that a little bit, because I wouldn't say people are on strike all the time, but they do claim their rights and they claim what's rightfully theirs. And that is, for example, good salary, good working hours, and of course, job safety. There's guarantees spelled out. And usually it's a very, very friendly process. But with that history in mind, labor laws in Germany are employee friendly. That's the difference compared to countries like, I would say, the US. Maybe when you're living in the Emirates, for example, as a foreigner, that you're not protected as well, I would say.
So we can say that job security in Germany goes hand in hand with a good work-life balance as well, because obviously it's not just the job security unions are looking out for, but it's also working hours, that your boss is not calling you on the weekend and all those kind of things.
Just one more note on this. There is no specific union for tech and IT professionals, but the overall legislation is employee friendly. That's the difference. And there is not a lot of tech and IT professionals in the market here, which is why demand is always very, very high. And then that is also why people aren't just going to fire you, because there is a high risk of them leaving a vacancy in their organization.
So there's not this hiring and firing going on here.
There's no hire and fire like that. But I think we need to talk about probation.
Yeah, I was going to ask you that. How is this job security reflected in working contracts?
Exactly. There is still a probation period. There is no way around that, which I think is also a global thing.
How long is the probation period here?
On average, standard probation, 6 months. We've seen less. Sometimes it's important for you to understand, though, it's a two-way street. We always keep saying that you're also supposed to assess these people by yourself. If it doesn't work out for you, then you shouldn't force yourself through probation either. Naturally, we understand that when you're coming from abroad and you're not familiar with things as much, you want to play it safe and really pass that probation, and then maybe later
So in
look
probation,
for
it's
job.
2 weeks notice usually, right?
Exactly, and that's the thing. Either party, your employer or you, can terminate the agreement with a 2 weeks notice. That is also standard. Again, it's also giving the employer the right to check out whether you're a fit or not. And if I may say, proudly so, in our coaching program, the vast majority of people pass probation with flying colors.
Awesome. After probation period, what is the notice period then?
In principle, it will depend on the contract that you have. So there is what is written in your contract versus what the law says. And in most contracts, usually it's a notice period of 2 to 3 months, and it can be tied to how long you have been with the organization. That is where you want to check your contract and whether or not it fits you now. You don't need to worry if your notice period is already 3 months in case probation has ended, because if you want to switch jobs later, any company will want to have you because you were here with a work permit. That's the difference.
And can a company just fire you then and say, yeah, I'm firing you now with a notice of 3 months? Is that possible?
No, in principle is not. Under specific and very exclusive exceptions, it is if the company is demonstrating, for example, that you were committing a crime. That is one exception. Or, of course, economic failure of that company. If a company is going bankrupt, they're filing for bankruptcy, naturally there will be layoffs. And that's actually what we've been witnessing beginning of 2024, and that's when people were laid off. And that's the nice thing also as an indicator for how job security really works here. Really, most of the people that are really good people, good candidates, strong professionals in tech and IT have no problem whatsoever in finding another offer.
Awesome. So to wrap this up, job security in Germany is extremely high because of strong unions and the history of labor laws here in Germany, which means for you, if you have a job here, if you pass probation period, if you work here, it is it is very safe to work here. It is not like in other countries, like in the US, that companies can just fire you from one day to the other. Yeah, which is actually also one big reason for a lot of people to move here and start their career here.
It's a different approach to doing business. Germans love long-term planning. They don't like risks. And that is also why in the interviews you want to make sure that you commit. And also later they will appreciate that. There is a lot of people that stay with companies for over 3, 4, 5, 6 years, grow within the company, grow in the ranks, they get promoted, they increase their salary, and work-life balance kicks in because things have really settled. So it's smooth living, and that's what we find with a lot of people, really.
Awesome. If you're also interested in to have a secure job in Germany, watch our 20 minutes video training, which you find below this video. Book a get-to-know call with us. We will guide you all the way until you get your job here, and even after that, once you're in Germany. For now, thank you for watching. Auf Wiedersehen and
Tschüss.
bye-bye. Ciao.